Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for tuning in to a special episode of the Interracial Perspective Maturity Not Included podcast, a place where we discuss a wide range of topics from any to everything, but most importantly, a place to be yourself. I'm LC, and joining me, as always, is my lovely co host, Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, LC, welcome back, everybody.
So, do you have like a second favorite housewife?
Nope. Nope.
Not even Bethany?
Wait a minute. Okay.
I do like Bethany too.
I adore Bethany Frankel. She's another one. She turned that show into the biggest bucks I don't think it can ever be done again. Because if you look at season 1, I don't know how far back y'all go. Are y'all familiar with like season 1 and things like that, or
We kind of recently watched all of the previous
Got it.
I think, what is it, the last 4 seasons?
Okay, got you. Okay, so like when she started out, she had, I think, like a 1-bedroom apartment. It was the size of a fucking matchbox. And, she's on there with like Jill Zarin and all them who have wealth beyond imagine. And she turned that skinny girl into something and just blew up. I mean, I have skinny girl in my fridge. Have y'all ever tried it?
No,
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's so good. Her popcorn is good. Her protein bars are good. She has like strawberry jam. That shit is good. Like everything that she makes is good. And to me, I don't even realize that it is, healthy or skinny or low and whatever it is. I never realized because, I know that's the point, but it doesn't taste like you're eating. It doesn't have a diety taste to it, if you know what I'm saying.
I was gonna say there's a lot of brands that try that, and you
Yep.
can taste it as soon as it hits your lips. It's like, no,
Absolutely. Yeah, her
I did
shit.
not realize she had like strawberry jams and all of that. I just thought she had the skinny girl.
Oh no, and she's got jeans too, skinny girl jeans.
Oh, wow. Good
Oh
for
yeah, she's
her.
got all kinds. She's on. I watch her all the time whenever she's on. What is it? Oh, HSN. When she's on HSN, I make sure I tune in. Karen too. When Karen's on there with La Dame, I make sure I tune in.
Yeah, see, we don't know anything outside of the show.
Got it.
So I have a question. Do you have a house husband or like a real
Oh, honey.
housewife husband that you think is very attractive out of all of the franchises?
Oh, okay. Let me think. Okay. Honestly, I do not watch Atlanta without Nene Leakes at all. But Drew Sidora's husband, Ralph, is one of the most gorgeous things I have ever seen in my entire 23 years of being on this earth.
I would have to look up a picture because we don't watch Atlanta.
Okay. And I like hot chocolate. That's what I like.
Okay, so for me,
yeah,
it's Juan.
Okay.
Juan is so fine.
Okay. See, he's
He
just
is Juan, and also Evan, Jackie's husband.
See, my mom loves Evan.
Evan is so fine. Juan and
Joe
Evan.
Gorga. What about Joe
see,
Gorga?
I would have to say Juan and Joe Gorga.
Oh my lord, Joe Gorga is gorgeous.
I think Joe Gorga is attractive, but I don't like that beefiness.
I don't either, but maybe it's his personality or something, but there's something about him that I go, okay. But a lot of them don't have, to me, again, my perspective,
Yeah.
like that attractive husbands. And most of them are old.
Yeah, well, and another one I left out. One that I left out is Apollo on Atlanta. Do y'all remember Apollo? That was Phaedra's.
I know who he is because of All About the Tea, because we don't
Got it.
watch Atlanta, but he's not my type.
I got you. I feel like I'm leaving someone out on Potomac. I think Wendy Osefo's husband Eddie's a cute piece of something.
See, I just think Juan.
I got you.
Juan Dixon. Yes. Juan is
I got
very
you.
attractive.
Yeah,
Juan and Evan, Jackie's husband. And I don't think anybody
and like I said, I do not watch Atlanta without Nene Leakes. I want to make that beyond clear. But whenever I was probably washing my face in my mother's bathroom and she had it on, I was like, oh my God, I about broke my neck. Like, he's gonna send me a neck brace in the mail because he is something to look at for hours. I mean, he needs to be one of them people that take all their clothes off and you like sculpt them. You know what I mean? In like an art class or something. Sorry, I went there.
Oh no, you're fine.
Probably wouldn't get much art done, but
Aaron and I, we be joking because when we watched Potomac this past season that aired, when they would show one, he would say, "Elsie, wipe your mouth, you're drooling."
I love that. That's cute. I'm gonna have to use that. That's cute. I like that. Yeah, but that's really the only one that's really sparked the flame for me. Ralph.
Hmm.
I was gonna say I'd have to look that up too because you said Drew Sidora's.
Yeah, she's like the new girl this year.
Aaron, you know who Drew Sidora is. She was on The Game.
Yeah, I know who she is, but I can't relate the
Husband.
like I haven't seen the husband. Yeah, the husband.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know if you were saying that like, oh, who is Drew Sidora? Because yeah, I don't know who her husband is. I just know who she is, and like you, we haven't watched Atlanta, so.
Well, with full disclosure on that, you always have to describe who people are. So I can't put names to faces whatsoever.
Got it.
All right, so we're now going to switch gears and ask Jeffrey 3 questions from our podcast episode. So Jeffrey, do you have a favorite TV show that ended or canceled?
Oh wow. Okay. It's a tie. Honestly, it is a tie between The Real Housewives of New York City and The Golden Girls. I feel like no matter what episode I catch of both of these shows, it's just like puts me in the best mood. It just feels like home, especially The Golden Girls. It's my ringtone on my phone, the theme song. Absolutely adore The Golden Girls. It just, like I said, it just feels like home. Like I said, you can pick up on any episode with me, and I just feel like, so it would be a tie between those two.
Do you have a favorite Golden Girl?
Blanche Devereaux.
Why did I have a feeling you were going to say that?
I don't know. She's Southern, sassy, and slutty. I would wonder why.
So I have a question, and that's have you ever been discriminated against based on being a member of the LGBTQ plus community?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Nowadays it seems like it's a little different for gay people in school, which is awesome. They run around and play, and I was always running and fucking hiding.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So no, and like I said, I hate to keep like sounding like this badass or whatever, but it just is what it is. It's just one of the pages in my storybook. Somebody was picking on me real bad for it, and I think that motherfucker just wanted a taste, if you know what I mean. I think he was, on the down low.
Yeah.
And finally I just had enough of it, and we got to hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that incident. And of course, yeah, you always got somebody that just wants to fuck with you and call you gay, and it's like okay, and like, tell me something I don't know.
Well, they always say it in a way that makes it seem like it's bad to be gay. Like, okay,
right.
It's not an insult. So
right. And
right.
Right. So, and for me, it's like, and excuse the expression, but I rock out with my cock out. Like, when you see me, you can tell I'm gay. I mean, my nails are done. Like, I'm very manicured. I mean, I got my eyebrows waxed for this today, even though I knew y'all wasn't going to see me. So I'm just, when you see me, you kind of know. And yeah, absolutely, I got picked on, mainly in high school. Since then, no, not too much. Living in the South, though, especially in Atlanta, which I really believe is the heart of the South, it's 50-50. You've either got the people that just hate anything other than straight and Caucasian, or you've got people that are so embracing and they're just they're angels on earth. It's like 50-50 here in the South. So, yeah, as of lately, besides the bitch in the store saying, don't y'all all, but that wasn't discriminatory. That was more just ignorance. Yeah, a lot in middle school. I can remember so many incidences happening in middle school. And when I was younger, I had a lot going on. My dad suffered from the disease of addiction, and he was not able to beat it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, baby. He passed in 2014, and it's like these people, that's why, and just bullying, period. Like, I'm not gonna you're not gonna do it in front of me, like
Mhm.
anybody, because I will tear your ass up. But that's like, you don't know what someone has going on, so don't worry about how many leaves are in my backyard if your shit is not raked.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, I absolutely was, and they didn't know what I had going on at home. I mean, they didn't care. Either they were DL and they didn't want to look at their own self in the mirror, or they just were insecure pricks that just wanted to, kind of show out in front of their buddies or whatever. But see, me, I always just let them fucking have it and embarrass the fuck out of them.
Mhm.
Because I'm sorry, sometimes that's how you shut someone up. And there are times where shutting someone up is giving them no response. Because it's like wolves can howl at the moon all they want, but the moon does not howl back.
Well, and we've shared those thoughts as we talk about things. I was never one that believed in keeping your mouth shut or letting
Mhm,
that
mhm,
transpire. So if
mhm.
somebody said something to me, I was quick to say something back. And I'm one that back then, not the older I get, I would be quick to throw hands as well. So
Yeah,
it's one of those where it's like if you let them do it, it becomes more and more and more. But if you at
absolutely.
least stand up and say something, and to your point, especially if you can embarrass them in some way, it
Oh,
shuts it down real quick.
absolutely. And I can remember whenever I had one of the fights, and I mean, I tore him up so bad. Of course they just see me, like the Tasmanian devil, and it's like, what the fuck? Pull the fucking can so of course immediately it's like, me, and they said, well, what, why? I said, well, I was being bullied. And it was like, that's all I had to say. Didn't get no ISS, no nothing. So I will say that, and I was one, just me personally, I was one, I didn't like to snitch or whatever. So I always just took care of it myself. That's just me though. And I think once I said that a couple times, it was like, they did not punish me. And I commend my high school on that. On that, shout out to Northgate High School, because yeah, I never did any kind of punishment whenever I was, whether I started it or not. Once I explained to them what was going on, I never had any type of punishment. And that was more of in high school. Middle school was way worse, but I had so much going on, I didn't have time to, I couldn't, I couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with, I didn't want to fuel the fire anymore, when usually, like I said, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck did you just say? You know, but no, absolutely. I think, and it sucks. It's getting better for kids now. I saw a thing the other day. This kid, he's like, uh, probably 9 years old, and he does drag. And
Oh,
Oh
right,
wow.
like what, just what a stride for the community. I mean, he's that, and even I would say maybe even what, like 7 years ago when I was in high school. I mean, if that had happened, somebody would have wanted, everybody would have been wanting to fuck him up and just hurt him for no good reason. But now it's like it's more accepting, and so hopefully as time goes on, there'll be less stories like this to tell. But
Yeah.
yeah, back in my day, and like I said, in the South, there's all those, just nasty motherfuckers that are ignorant, and it's taught at home, unfortunately. That
Yes.
stuff is taught at
yes.
home. When a baby is born, it's a fresh life, and you choose how it talks, thinks, walks. You choose how, for the most part, you choose what their mindset is going to be on how they treat other people, for the
I think
most part.
I do think people lose track of that too. They always think it's outside forces, but for a majority of the growing up portion, people don't know until they're brought outside of the house. So a lot of it's ingrained from, parental skills.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know I always say this because I wholeheartedly believe that racism is taught at home.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing, or, using the N word or any of that shit is taught at home,
Yep.
because there's no other explanation for it. It's and it sucks. And not to get off, I apologize. But
Oh no, you're fine.
it's just carrying on generation after generation after generation. It is getting slightly better with being gay, I would say. But racism is so fucking out of control. It's a mess. It is so unfortunate for Black Americans. It's just heartbreaking. But you know, a lot of that shit unfortunately is taught at home by these people that their generation raised them that way. So now this is how they're going to raise theirs. You
And
know?
that's one of the number one reasons, besides the fact that Aaron and I are gay and we're not going through any adoption or surrogacy process, is the fact that I will be in jail. We talk about this in the
Right.
upcoming episode. If someone was to mess with my child, I don't. I'm going to jail. This is why, especially with these kids, the whole bullying, like the story. Because fortunately, I never went through any of that. My mom, I had a huge family. Number one, and number two, a lot of people thought my mom was crazy, and
Okay.
she was very protective of her kids. And plus, I had a lot of relatives, and I can't get down with that whole bullying thing.
Nope.
And so that's why I will be in jail. The minute my kid came home and told me, oh, someone said this, someone touched me, or someone threatened, okay, you don't even have to take off your coat. We're heading right back up to this school to point out the person that threatened you. I swear, this whole like, oh, the cyberbullying and this and that, people need to get a life. And what people need to do is just stand up to these cowards, because once you pop them in their face one good time, they'll
I
sit
know
down.
that's right.
I don't want to say I've had the experience of having basically bullshit all the way through school.
Oh,
And I'm just a firm believer, because I don't see it the same way most might see it. I don't see it as bullying, because I would turn around and say something. I would turn around and fight them. I
Right.
didn't have a problem with that, because I firmly believe in standing up for yourself. But I had parents that taught us that was like, listen, if you don't like what somebody says, confront them,
Mhm.
deal with it. And I would agree with Elsie. At the same point, if I had a kid, I'd be like, okay, if you ain't going to swing on them, I'm going to make a reason for the parent to come out so I can confront them, because we're going to solve this today and it's not going to happen again.
Who
And
y'all are my kind of people. Hell, motherfucking yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've always said, because like I said, I love hot chocolate, and my little baby will be a little Hershey Kiss. If anybody, especially now with the way Black Americans are treated, I would, like you said, go to jail. There's no doubt, and there will have to be. The day that the adoption papers are signed, we're going to open up a bail money account, because
Mhm.
I will go physically the absolute fuck in. And yeah, like the cyberbullying thing, and I love it because Drita actually said this on Mob Wives. How the fuck do you fight over a computer? It's so true though. How the fuck do you fight on a computer?
Because a lot of people are confident.
Oh yeah.
And what's the other word, Aaron? A lot of, what is it? Boldness behind a computer screen, and they say a lot of stuff that they will never say to someone's face.
But I don't
That's why
get
you can't engage with that type of mess. That's why, granted, we've been lucky. We've only been on Twitter and Instagram since late February, early March of this year.
Oh,
And we
wow.
haven't had, we're very private people. The only thing you will see on those social media accounts is of the podcast. That's literally the only reason we have it. But no one has been like trolls or negative. And if they were, we would just dismiss it and block it. We're not going to entertain and argue with you back and forth, because we aren't those people. Now, it's a different story if you saying this stuff to my face.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, I think there's the difference. I think a lot of people just can't do, or maybe they find some kind of guilty pleasure in the back and forth. Why am I going to waste energy when, one, I can't see you, I don't know you, and I don't care? So I like the features that they allow, which is block and delete. Like, it's super simple not to get worked up with these people.
It's just the weird environment to me. Yeah, I don't know. I just find it weird. I've never been into social media. The first time we were, Aaron, you remember, we were on Facebook when it initially was launched for college students. That's how old we are. And once it opened up to the public, I quickly deleted my account because I only had it for school. And we haven't been on any social media until this year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And people laugh at us. We've had, I'm not sure if you listen, but previous interviews we've done, people would describe things to us and we're like, huh? We don't know who that is, because we don't pay attention to that type of stuff. We literally don't.
No, I have listened and I have noticed that, but there's nothing wrong with that. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and our two close friends, ironically, who were the ones that suggested that we need to get on social media to promote the podcast, aren't on, like, they're just as private as us. Like, they're
Yeah.
not on anything. You would not even be able to find them. Kind of like us, you won't find us on anything but the Twitter and Instagram because we're so private and we only do the podcast for fun. So I don't, like you guys were just talking about, I don't get the whole back and forth being negative on social media. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, and it's very frustrating for someone like me who eventually, like I said, we're going to quit talking about it and be about it if you really want to keep saying that kind of shit to me. So it's beyond frustrating for me. And then now you've got people that are doing these lives and it's not what it used to be. And two,
So would you say it's worse in comparison to when you first got on?
it is a fucking nightmare. Absolutely. It is. And I understand now why people take breaks from it, because used to be back in the day, like even in like school, it's not like Friday happens and you pick back up on that shit on Monday. No, it's all on, even back then with just shit like that, just little stupid stuff. It never ended because everybody's got fire thumbs on Twitter or whatever. Now it's horrible now. It is, because they can get on these lives and they can just say whatever the fuck they want about you. And yeah, it's awful. I really see why people take breaks from it. I really do. I used to say, oh hell no, I could never not be on Facebook or whatever. No, now I understand. These past 6 months or so, especially, I can understand.
I feel like it would drive a person insane to be on that all the time, because we are only on when we get up in the morning, getting ready to go to work to like promote the podcast. And then occasionally I will get on during my lunch break to do like promotions of the podcast and like other people post. And
Right.
then in the evening, once I get home, if I don't have anything going on, we'll get on and start like promoting the podcast or again liking other people posts. But I don't understand how people are on it 24 hours a
I don't.
day.
I don't either. It blows me away. It's like, shit. I mean, do you shit? Like it's just, I don't know. I couldn't do it. And their eyeballs have to burn. When you look at a screen for too motherfucking long, your eyes start burning. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not good for your vision.
it's bad
It's
on your neck
not.
too. Having that phone neck where you just leaning down, like, oh, I couldn't. I don't know how the fuck they do it. I can barely do it as it is.
Right. So we have one last question before we wrap up this special episode. What is your definition of friendship?
Okay, I would say that friendship is almost, to me, it is definitely one of the most special relationships that you can form while you're alive, because you have your family. For me personally, my friends are my chosen family. They always say you can't choose who your family is.
Yes.
Those people I chose to be my family. I chose to bring you into my world and know every last detail because I'm an open fucking book. You're going to know everything. It's one of the most special relationships that you can form, because especially whenever there is, all the right components, loyalty and all that, hell, you've got something that's going to last you a long time. And I have a best friend. I met her in high school. She was a senior and I was in 11th grade. We still speak every single day. And that's my ride or die. Like, there's nobody else. Recently, when I was on, when I was I was on a panel type show. And I met, and I think y'all have seen, I do lives with, his Instagram is Ty's Take Today Official. He's another one. He's a good one. I thought I was done finding friends and I met Tyler. He is an amazing human being. I can always add to the friendship too. I can always add more. But if you meet 3 really good, solid people, you're pretty much set. And like I said, friendship, that is your chosen family. I mean, you pick them.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I do have one question. What's your sign? What's your astrological sign?
I'm a Pisces, so I'm not a total piece of shit though, because the fucking definition just makes it sound like we're just, horny all the time. Well, but we're not just like.
Are you a February Pisces or a March Pisces?
February
Okay.
24th.
Oh,
What?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Yes, I'm a Pisces, but I'm not a total piece of shit. Because I tell you, all our definitions just make us sound horrible.
Well, they don't say much about Scorpios either. We're
I was
kind of
gonna
in the
say,
same boat.
yeah.
Like, I've never once said to somebody, "Oh, well, I'm a Scorpio," and they said, "Oh, that's great." Like, that's just
Yeah.
never goes.
And I
hand in
think that's
hand.
why that's one of the biggest reason why Aaron likes Bethany is because she's a Scorpio.
Got it.
I've always found, especially growing up, because my folks always said that I had a sharp mouth and I just didn't care. I'm still that way, and I think everybody should be that way. It's who you are, and I think you're right. If you make your friends, you do get to pick them, and if they fit right, you don't need 1,000 of them. You just need a couple. I also believe that, especially when you get older, family is a loose term, because family can do just as much damage to you as a
Absolutely.
person as just a friend or somebody that you don't really know can. So as you grow, you just get the people you want to be around versus forcing yourself to.
I know that's right. That's a great way to put that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
We appreciate your time. I just want to know, do you have any last words for the audience?
I don't think I do. Just whoever you are listening, just show love wherever you go, and it will come back to you.
That's
Like
good
that.
advice.
Yeah.
So did you want to inform everyone where they could find you?
Absolutely. Twitter is Jeffrey Nix. That's JEFFREYNIX. Instagram is Bravo Jeffrey TV. And Facebook, you can get at my like page. That is Stone Nix Now, STONENIXNOW.
Jeffrey, this has been an absolute pleasure. Please feel free to come back. We have enjoyed this conversation with you. Aaron, do you have any last words you would like to say?
I would second that. This was very enjoyable, and I feel like we could just about talk about anything with you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. And I feel the exact same way. The feeling is mutual. Thank y'all so much for having me. It's I really felt so warm and fuzzy when y'all reached out. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. And with that said, thank you for tuning in to this special episode with Jeffrey of the Interracial Perspective Maturity Not Included podcast. I'm LC. I actually
forgot how to end it.
Yeah, everyone will hear this too because we don't do any editing.
Yeah, no, what you sipping on? No,
I had a glass of wine already. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this special episode with Jeffrey Nix. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at LC and Aaron. That way you know when a new episode of the Interracial Perspective Maturity Not Included podcast drops. As always, stay safe, stay positive, and be true to yourself.